Okay, so this time we will put together the two files that we have created earlier. So the two files are the block base and the reference setup. So we will put them together in this blank Maya file. So I have already copied the address of this folder. Copy that. And then here I'll go to File. I'll choose Import. And then I will just paste. And I'll go to the reference folder first. And then I'll just open the reference setup. Import that. I'll tap spacebar. And now I have my references. Set it up. I'll just go here and change the view to panels orthographic, and then I'll choose back. So now the reference has been set up. Next, I'll go to File, I'll choose Import, and this time I will paste again the address. I'll get the block base, then Import. So now I have the block base that I have traced earlier. But I will do some adjustments first. So first adjustment is I will go to Panels, and then I will choose Layouts, and then I'll choose two panes side by side. So there I have this view, but I'll change this to front. Go to Panels, Orthographic, and then have this set to front view. Next thing is, I'll select this, I'll use W for move tool, and then I'll just drag up so that it will also be standing on the ground line, just like the reference. Next, to be sure, what I will do next is this. I will zoom in, pressing F, focus on selected, and then what I will do is I will press letter D. And when I press letter D, I will be able to drag this gizmo. What I will do is I will place the gizmo at the center of 3D space, going here. I'll tap in 0, tab 0, tab 0, and press enter. So now the gizmo is at the center of 3D space. And then I will press D, so that now it is locked there. Next thing, I will again zoom in onto my object here. After I zoom in, I will select here the vertex selection. And my vertex selection, I'll just type in 0 on the y-axis so that it will be, or the vertices are standing on the ground line. There. So now I have that done. So the next thing that I'll do is I'll just go back to object selection mode, and then I will set this to see-through mode or x-ray mode, and then I will just press R for scale, and then I will drag inwards so that it scales down onto the size of my character. There. So that's the initial setting for this. I will press W, save the work. I'll go Control S, save. I will go back to my folder, and this time I will name this file trace base. So this will be the base, or the traced base for the character design. So I'll just move here, and then after I have moved that, the next thing I will do is this is going to serve as my file or my scene or in file backup object, and then I will hold shift and drag along here. This is going to be my modeling object. First I will type in 0 on the UCS so that it is at the center, and then I will rename this into trace, I will save, Control S to save, and then I will just select this second object, press Control H to hide, and now I can start my trace with this working object here. What I'll do next is I will select half of it, selecting the half, and then I'll delete that half so that I will just need to work with just the other half and duplicate it later on. Okay, so the next thing is, after I have deleted that, I will also select by polygon. It's better to turn on the lasso selection. I will select the upper body there, and then I'll press Control H to hide those set of polygons, and then I will start at one view first, the front view. I'll switch to vertices, and then I'll just select these, press W for move, and then I'll just start positioning them. So this is where this will go, and this is where these will go. So the rest will just start to follow. I'll just select this, dragging it down. I am keeping this reference. This is at the center, so I'll keep that at the center. So I'll just be dragging accordingly to follow the reference. There. So next is down here. I'll just drag. As you can see, I am just repeating the command. I'll just select. This time I'm using the move tool, so I'll just select and move. Select and move. Right? So down here, I'll just select this, drag it down, align it to the knee, and then move. This for now, and this. I'll just select again this portion of the shin or of the calf and then move. So I'm just working first on the front view. It is just a repetitive select and move, select and move. Now this time, I'll select this and then I'll move upwards. So just really aiming for the reference there. There. Okay. And then this one, I'll push here. So I'm starting to trace the actual silhouettes or silhouette of the reference. So this is where you are going to be a little bit more detail oriented. But remember, we are just tracing. We are not adding any more polygons. Okay, so let us keep these horizontals horizontal. So what I'll do here, as you can see, it is slightly angled. So what I can do is I can select this and press E and slightly rotate it carefully. So as you can see there, aligns well. Right? Slightly twist that portion. W for move to still keep it aligned, because if it is twisting too much, W for move, or R, scaling it in a little bit, and then W for move. There, so far. So up here, up to the hips. Let's say I am done with the front view. So next thing is, I'll tap space bar, and then I'll go here, change the perspective view into a side view there, so that I can work on the side view reference. I'll just switch this into a wireframe mode there, so I can see it clearly. So first, let's deal with the side view here. I'll just select, let's say, all of the vertices of the foot, so I can move it as one whole, dragging them, And then I'll just drag this second level here and there. I'll just select this and drag this. And then I'll just select this and drag this. So I'm just following the contour of our reference. Next here, I'll just push this back. So far, for now, I will keep the horizontal lines, let's say, intact, so that there will be no confusions yet. I will follow the angular contours later on. But for now, since this is just a block, or sorry, a trace base, so let's trace it, but keep the horizontals as much as possible, or keep our line straights as much as possible. So just dragging this. Yeah. So let's keep it there. And then here, push. And then push this. And then this. Let's say that. Now, I'll push this inwards. So this is the pelvic area. So this is supposed to go in. And then this. Okay. I'll save work. Control S. So right now, I have traced the front and the side of the leg. If I press number 3 for soft preview or preview mode, smooth preview mode, it will appear like this. So far, it's looking fine. Press 1, saving work. Then I'll go back to object mode. I'll press Shift H to bring out the rest of the body parts. So this time, let's go to vertex selection, still on lasso tool, and then I'll select this side, right? I'll deselect that portion, don't need that yet, because this time I'll work on the arm. There. So let me just position this there initially for the body. So I will work on the arm on the next video.